I hit
that.
stream.
Are you active?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's refresh here. Why can't I see it?
It should be right now.
There it goes.
Sweet. Oh, you know what?
Hello.
You might be echoing because the mic's so close to my speaker, so I do have to move it up.
I was echoing.
And you're probably still going to echo. I did listen to yesterday's and I should really work on my audio, but I didn't. So maybe tomorrow.
That sounds good. Hello, everyone watching us.
Hello.
Doing more TetraForce today.
Yay.
I suppose we ought to tell people we're streaming.
Oh yeah, let's ping. Gonna ping my Discord first.
I wish there was a fast way to post to Twitter from Discord.
Probably a bot.
We should find a bot.
Yeah, we could get something that auto tweets and Discords and blah blah blahs the streams.
That would be a good idea if we're gonna do this to the degree that we are doing it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we stream every day now, huh?
That's been a thing.
It's Sunday. Didn't I think I did my first test stream, the one without you, on Monday.
Yeah, I think so. So we're almost a whole week. Almost the whole week.
Or was it on Sunday? No, it was Monday.
Did you do it
Never
on
mind.
Sunday? Yeah, because I think I was working.
Okay, so tomorrow makes 1 week.
Sweet.
And the next day makes 1 week of both of us. Okay, so what's the agenda today?
Well, did you want to look at that one bug that I brought up to you last night?
Oh, true.
Because it actually crashes the game.
Okay, let's...
I wish I took a screenshot. I should have taken a screenshot of the error. But it happened when I knocked an enemy down the hole, and...
So an enemy dies, and it spawns a thing probably in the hole, and then it crashes for no reason.
Yeah, and it's saying something about, no, there was, like... I don't know if that was because of the multiplayer, like it was trying to do something there and there was no item. Or it was trying to queue free the item even though it was already not there. I don't know. Or maybe it was trying to spawn the item after the monster was dead. So I got confused.
Maybe, because I think I used something else differently for hole deaths than deaths.
Right.
So
which makes sense.
Let me see what that.
So it's trying to do that after the monster's already dead.
Yeah, perhaps. Should I tweet today's stream?
Yeah, why not?
Or did you tweet it? I'll retweet.
I haven't tweeted it, but if you'd rather, if you look into that, I'll tweet.
Okay.
It's easier to tweet from.
Loopholes. So, hey Leland, how you doing?
Oh, I don't have my YouTube chat open.
Oh, we got one message.
Hello. People are starting to roll in. Hi, everybody. Welcome.
Yeah, say hello in chat, please. Where is... What am I looking for? I'm looking for this. Hole fall, set dead. Network peer call, set dead. What's up? Doing well. Hope you're doing good as well. Both. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we're doing good, I think.
I think so. There's a lot of exciting things going on, so I can't complain.
Hey, Mike. So why do our hole deaths... They shouldn't be spawning a collectible, period. Unless... Yeah, okay. I don't know. Because... Here, I'll try
see if you can
hitting some enemies.
I only did it the once, and I didn't look into it further.
If it happens again, make sure to take a screenshot, because I don't even know where to look.
I didn't because I was like, of course I was showing my wife. I was like, look how good our game is, and then it crashes.
Nice. God damn it. I should fix this one. This one's urgent.
Yeah, that's pretty bad too.
Wow, I have... Wow. This is pretty bad. Okay, at least I died. Alright.
It takes the dying. Okay, I tweeted finally.
Let's test. I'm just gonna stick a bunch of holes and enemies in here.
I like that. It's like become the test shrine.
Yeah. Holes.
I need to draw more art.
Ooh, share your screen.
Oh, right. I guess I should do that. Ro almost had his grass cutting working. Almost.
Almost.
He also seems to have figured out why the dialogue is breaking, so that's good too.
Did he?
Yeah, he figured out why it's happening. I forgot how to share my screen for a second. Just blank. All right. I'm now streaming. There we
Oh
go.
my god! Thanks, Josh. Damn.
Oh wow! Thank you, Josh. Really
You're only like
appreciate
$12 now. Thanks so much. That means so much. Thanks.
Do you want to see some of the things I've made for this dungeon real quick?
Yeah. Oh, I need to get the thingy up.
Oh yeah, you haven't done that yet.
Pop out somehow. Yeah, big screen first. What you got?
I'll show a little bit of what I've done here. All right, so we've got like anchors on the wall. I'm working on a rope.
Ooh.
There's a bit of a porthole going on. Some of this other stuff's not as exciting because it's just the floors and holes and water. But there's going to be floating barrels, rolling barrels, pushable barrels.
Ooh.
I've got like candles, books. I've done those are all new. More rope, kind of like a torn out carpet, which we didn't have before.
Okay.
There's also going to be. I started a hammock here, and I'm going to do some other like sleeping quarter stuff. So that'll be what I'm working on today. So that's just a quick overview of everything that's going on.
Sick.
And I'm getting really close, enough to at least test it and see how it looks, and then add stuff from there. But
sweet.
Getting real close.
Oh, I'm so excited for the dungeon.
Hello, Minecraft fan.
Yo, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm excited for the dungeon too.
I don't want to fix bugs today. I want to add something.
Then do it.
But what?
Well, I gave you the light torches.
Oh, okay, sure.
And all the light for it.
Yeah, let's do some light today.
There's also the bow animation. I don't know how I feel about that one, but that's there. I meant to look through all my assets and see what. I need to get you a dungeon so that you can start working on some of that stuff.
Yes, please. Okay, so let's just give the player the lantern because don't want to deal with that.
Could always add some enemies too, I suppose.
Oh, I haven't done enemies in a while. We only have like 2 enemies in this game.
It's true, and there's a lot there now.
Hmm.
There's this stealth boat is more complex now. There's the floating pumpkin, the Noblin re-implementation. I have the smash room.
The what?
The smash room. It's like the mushroom, but I want it to be like Beatles, where they've got like knockback.
Ooh. Yeah.
So like,
Where's
you know what I'm
that
talking
one?
about?
Where? I don't know where the art is.
It should all be. Let me check and see. It should all be in the project.
It is?
Sitting there. Yeah, it should be. Let me just double check. Otherwise, I'll send it over to ya. Maybe I didn't put it in here yet. I guess I haven't. Well, let me just do that then. Is that what you want to work on?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Gotta go back to where cheat monsters. Let's see what I'm doing. Second. Okay,
Hey,
so
Pedro. Game looks insane. Thanks, bro. Agreed.
there you go. There's a bunch of guys that aren't there.
Ooh. Okay. Oh, I remember this little mushroom guy. Okay.
Yeah, and he's pretty simple because he's one sprite.
Mushroom. Alright. Do I remember how to add enemies? We'll see. But anything I do here, it doesn't matter if it's messy, because we're going to have enemy scripting. But I should probably try to do this well, so that the game works.
That's usually a good thing to try and attempt, yeah.
How do what am I doing? Kinematic body. Smash room. Do I capitalize my enemies? Hold on.
I don't think
do
so.
not. Okay.
I only know that because I just did the Noblin, even though he's not in the game yet. I was just practicing.
I mean, could probably merge that now because I think I fixed the weapons not working. That was the main thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll do that. I like this guy.
He's so simple, but I like him. Smash room time, nodding. He's the one that designed the Smash room.
Oh, sick.
I mean, sort of. I think I named him still, but the concept is his.
Where is... Here it is.
I also was playing a lot of Smash Bros. At the time, and that may have had something to do with it. It is a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun, especially when you have all sorts of really talented people helping you.
How long have we been doing it? How long have you been?
As long as I've known you.
But did you have any pre me?
No. Oh. Nope, I didn't. It was all brand new. So I guess I've been doing it for... When did we start this? Was it 2019?
2018.
No, 2018. September 2018. It's only a couple years.
I've been doing it for longer. And it is a lot of work, but it is fun. I think I always have like the most fun in game development learning new things, which is why we're always starting new projects because, oh, I want to learn how to do 3D, or oh, I want to learn networking. I've got into game development because I want to make a Zelda game specifically in this style. So it kind of makes sense that this is our furthest one along because this one was the reason.
Yeah, it's also the dream game for me as well. Like
Yeah.
it's how I met you and how I got into all of this in the first place was because I wanted to make this game.
Yeah.
So it's perfect.
And we're doing it.
We're doing it. As I said though, it's because we have a lot of people giving input and like helping us plot along and
Yeah.
like that makes a big difference. Having everyone else rooting and cheering for it. So
Yep.
I've always been a huge Zelda fan. And then I met my wife and she was an even bigger Zelda fan. And then that just grew it even more. Because my wife and I, we ran a Zelda mostly her. She ran a Zelda role play forum for a long time, and I just moderated the website and built the website and all that some fun stuff. But I would help with events and stuff. We used to do all sorts of cool things. Like I hard coded in an Easter egg hunt into the website, so like the eggs would randomly spawn on the website, and if they found them, they could collect rupees for taking screenshots of where they were hidden.
Ooh.
And then I did a small like little mini game where I used a program to make like a text adventure.
Uh-huh.
So I made like a Halloween text adventure game that they could get rupees for and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of good
And
time.
you said this was your first experience with game development.
Well, I mean, text adventure, I suppose, would have been mine. I always wanted to make games and do stuff like that, but I'm awful at coding. I can make things look pretty, that's it.
Mm.
So it's good. This works out perfectly.
Yeah.
I get to make my pretty pictures.
And then once I'm excited to see what we could be able to do with scripting, because it would be cool if you'd be able to just draw an enemy and then give it a behavior and have it in the game just like that.
That would be cool. Like I could go to absolute town if that were the case.
Yeah.
And just like go into overworld building mode and have at it.
Yeah. So is the Smash Room gonna have the Stalfos's current behavior?
Yes, that's how I envision it anyways, unless you see something else.
No, I think that's good because the Stalfo are gonna get more complicated.
Yes, that's true.
So we could just take this behavior and that's that. And
Yeah,
but then it's also gonna, it's not gonna. How is it gonna work with the knockback and stuff?
So when you slice at it, you damage it, but it knocks you back, so you kind of fly backwards. So
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
So he does, but it does get hurt.
Yeah, it does get hurt.
Okay.
And you can make it a little bit tankier than the Stalfo probably, where it has more health.
We could also add the dudes. Now that we have holes that work, we could add dudes that are invulnerable.
Yeah, and then we could do that. We could have two types of the mushroom, like how there's the two types of beetle. Because there's the one that can die, and then there's the one that only can be killed by getting knocked down a hole. Okay. So if you want, I could quickly do a color palette swap and.
Let me edit period first.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
But yeah, we'll see. So Smash Room. So we need to add some new custom shit here. So here, yeah, that's the kind of stuff we're gonna have to think about for the scripting system. Like right now, I just have to think about what I want to expose in the enemy class just to other scripts. Yeah. But because our scripting, in this case, we're gonna have to expose stuff like its knockback direction. So that's something the entity already has, right? It's knock direction.
Right.
We use this instead of move direction. So if you're not in hit stun, it always uses move direction. But if you are in hit stun, then it uses your knock direction, which is just set to the last, just the direction from what hit you to you.
Right.
So we're just pretty much going to allow... I'm just thinking of this enemy scripting system right now. Because we'll have to have like signals and stuff for like on hits. Then on hit, we'll pass along like, oh, like that could be one function is on hit or a signal or however we want to organize it in our script.
Yeah.
And then these other things like the knock direction, it'll just be negative knock direction.
Exactly.
Towards whatever hit. So,
yeah. Well, and is that how you're envisioning it? Like where like, is this like when it comes to those settings? Are you wanting that to be stuff that you're doing in tiled, like setting
Not
the
in tiled.
enemies?
There would probably be like JSON files, and it wouldn't be like written like a Godot script. It would kind of just be what's a good example? So my favorite scripting system in a game, and what I was trying to make for weapons for the FPS is Doom Decorate. So it wouldn't look exactly like this, but this is just one example of what a script would look like. So on the top, it would just have, health, speed, sound effects and stuff. Down here has its different states, which I would like the enemies to be able to have different states. And then here, how it works is like, this is the sprite it uses, or this is the sprite file it uses. I think these are like which one of the sprite sheet it uses.
Okay.
And then this is a function that it runs at the same time. I actually had this kind of scripting system working in Godot, because these are sprites and then this is a function. Basically, for each state, I create a new animation in an animation player from code, reading these, and it'll place them as is, and then put a function called track in there as well. But in this case, I think we would define states, and then in each state, we would put like a default behavior. So like a default behavior would be just like wander, like this mushroom has.
Right. So that would be the state you're calling on when you're building that monster.
Yeah, but then we could also have triggers inside these states. So like a trigger could be if hit. Then it could just either. Well, I think we would have triggers, and then the events that would happen, it would move them to a different state. So if we wanted, say, an enemy that, if you hit it, it'll like, here, let's think of it like this. Let's imagine, the little choo-choo dudes that shock you.
Yeah.
In Link to the Past and Link's Awakening. So one of their scripts, they would have a wander script, or a wander state, and all their generic stuff will be up here, but they'd have a wander state, then it'll just be walking around, and we'd also have to figure out a way to define animations, but I don't think that'll be hard at all, because I've already done that with the other scripting system. But we'd have a wander state, and then we would have a trigger, like on hits.
Do electricity damage or freeze the player or whatever.
Well, it wouldn't actually just go straight to there. What we would do is, because this would just have wander and like the default animation that it has, but then the trigger for this, it would damage the player, but it would also probably go to another state, and then that state would just be like its shock animation, and that's all it will do. It'll be a static behavior. It'll have the shock animation. And then it'll probably have another trigger that would be like a timer. So like after 5 seconds, or no, after like half a second, it'll move back to another state, which will just be its default state. That's how I'm envisioning all the enemy scripting working.
Okay.
I think by having just the different states and stuff, like just different triggers going to different states, that's... Well, I mean, state machines is how we make like literally every complicated enemy in every game. So... that's how I envision how to make a very, very simplified state machine.
Right. Yeah. Well, that makes sense. And I don't know how like English you want it to be, but that would be.
I want it to be as easy as possible. Like. This looks kind of like, what the hell is this? But it would literally just be. It would probably have the same structure as this.
Yeah. Just labeled differently.
And these would have just it'll be I'll make it easy for anyone to use.
And it's honestly, and like even like with what you're showing here, it's not that would be it doesn't look complex. You just have to learn what each thing means. So it's not as intuitive. You'd have to actually look it up and just learn the system. So that's like the only thing is you're adding a curve when you're adding language. That's weird.
And it would also it will help because it won't be like we'll have. Hold on, let me think before I. Okay, when we're making a new enemy script, in this case, like everything is disconnected. The things that we're syncing here are disconnected. The animations we have are over here, in this script, we're looking at just the couple things that are relevant to this guy. In the case of this, it'll basically just generate this entire scene, but everything that you could change about the enemy, every parameter the enemy could have, would just be up here.
Right.
Oh, and other things. So, Doom also had stuff like, what am I trying to say? Doom is trying to had little, like, what are they called in here? I guess they're flags. But for things that are reused between a lot of enemies that don't change per state, let's say like this. Let's say we want, what's like an enemy property that
is like common?
Yeah, let's say when we have height, let's say if we wanted an enemy to fly, the flying behavior would basically be, okay, we'd offset the sprite up, we'd put a shadow at the bottom, and then we'd remove its collisions from the holes and stuff, right?
Right, yeah.
That would just be, we would just have like a plus flying here, right?
Right. Oh, yeah.
And those attributes and stuff, I'd also like it to be able to change, like, add or remove attributes within each state. So then you could have, just using that, you could have an enemy that flies at some points, doesn't fly at other points, blah, blah, blah. So I think this kind of shit would be super powerful. Oh, hey Josh, how you doing? Thanks for coming. Wizard Yensid is big boy streamer.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Cool. Yeah, okay. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so just attributes like that, and we can have. I want to look at what Doom uses. This is just helpful for me to actually get this in my head.
Well, yeah, just convey it and show it, right?
Yeah, like we're not going to use any of this information to work on this guy today, but
no, but definitely looking to the future. I agree. Like that's something that if you're revamping the whole system, then.
Oh man, awesome. This is something I really want to work on like soon. Let's finish this demo. I don't want to have it for the demo. I don't. But I do want to work on this really badly.
That's funny.
Stuff like this, I feel like a system like this is gonna help us as much as like Tiled has.
Yeah.
Like, imagine taking everything that we're making for this game. If we could make it like generic enough, that we could use it for our other projects. Like, imagine going back to Stars Align, but with Tiled and with like enemies you can make in a couple minutes.
It would be done already.
Yeah. Well, even that game's already supposed to be done already.
Well, it's true, but even like the things we were doing with like Terra Labyrinth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
like, all of our games could use these kinds of things.
Yeah.
Like, if we could put together just, like, if we can make the perfect generic tiled import script, for example.
Yeah.
Then that's something, because we already copy and paste this between our games. There's not a ton of specialized, like, TetraForce specific stuff for our tiled import script.
Thanks, Frankie.
We have, like, the zone stuff could be generalized. Most of this stuff has no Terra Labyrinth or TetraForce stuff in it.
Right.
The tile map replacer thing would also be useful to have. Even though once we, I will. Well, there's a lot of thinking to do for this decoupling the map and game logic project that I want to work on. That's going to be like an entirely like huge endeavor. But I want it.
Yeah.
Lots of things to think about.
I think it'd be
that's
cool.
basically right now we've been making it like sick progress just from making this game. But I'm saying now, like after this demo, I'm transitioning to turning this into an engine, and like I'm still gonna add whatever or help with whatever features that are needed to make the game. But ideally, what I'd be doing is just adding the feature to the engine so that
and then the group of us are working on actually building the game itself.
Yeah, or me when I feel like it, but you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but then it's not something that you need to worry about holding back.
I never have to worry about adding a new, like, our current method of having the animated tile maps is ass, so I want to have it easy. So it's never waiting on me to make the auto tiles for that work or etc. Enemies, it's like the enemies are so close to almost working. They just need a good system. So while I'm making a good just backbone for it, might as well make it easy for everyone else to use too.
And I think that'll be the ticket is making it easier for everyone else, and you just keep making it easier for everyone else.
And then as we're working, I want to make all of the engine stuff just as completely generic as possible. Just the bare minimum of what you need to make a top-down game. Not even necessarily Zelda, but I mean it's going to be pretty still specialized to TetraForce. Or to this specific style of gameplay. But stuff like the enemy scripting system, that's something that I could iterate on between projects too. So if we wanted to make it for a platformer game like Terra Labyrinth or Stars Align, then we already have a system that's been developed.
Exactly.
Same thing, because that's how it's been working with the tiled, all the tiled stuff. We've been copying this from project to project and just iterating on it, and now it's getting a little more solid. There's some I can make this neater. And then all the networking stuff, this network object thing is very helpful.
I was gonna say the network thing is one of the biggest leaps for this particular project. Like as far as stuff that we didn't understand before.
Networking is pretty dang good. Like right now, it's like all the issues we're having with networking totally make sense to me.
Right.
It's like, oh, the swords aren't facing the wrong direction. It's because I didn't do that yet. Like,
It's not because you don't know why.
Yeah. The other night, when you got off before I was able to figure it out, it was just because I forgot a line that I wrote. And
it's been like that quite a bit actually. It's just like you have to remember. Like a single thing. So if we could like have like a little network package that we could use between any game, just drop it in and configure it to that game, and then it works. That would be cool. A little tiled package we could use for any game, just works. Hey ZS, hey Frankie Zen. A little scripting package for enemies and stuff. I also want to make the scripting for items, but that's a little harder to do for this particular kind of game unless we want to have like a lot of items that are similar. I think in this game, whatever items we add, we want them to be pretty unique anyway, so it doesn't make sense to make a generalized scripting system for it. But it would be cool to if all the items that we have in here, if we could tie them into a scripting system and have it work, then that just gives more tools to the people making it. That's something we're going to have to do anyway, now that I think about it. If I truly want this to be an engine that's totally disconnected from the game. It'll have to have some kind of item creation, but we'll have to think of it. I mean, like, there's different settings and stuff like that. We have a good idea of what kind of items we want in the game to begin with, so like that could be a solid basis to work from. And I mean, it could be as easy as adding, like as you said, a moddable pack file. That loads in other items, right? So
like that's the nice thing about this game being open source and the fact that we're going to have a modding thing, period. Anything that doesn't work with our scripting system, you can just open up the source and add it in as we're doing.
Exactly. You haven't missed anything yet, ZS. We're just off tangent.
we're planning the future of the project. We're working on an enemy right now, but hold on, I'm still thinking. Like, if we could get, I think the biggest thing, well, I don't know. I think the biggest important thing to make work outside of the game, just in terms of how much we'd get out of it, is the tiled stuff. So if we could have all the maps and all the tiled stuff working outside of the game, because all the art and stuff is part of that. Like, we don't have every tile set just like flooding different folders here. They're all just neatly in their own tiled thing. So if every map had its own just folder with all the assets and then folder with all the maps and stuff like that, and it just pulled from there, That's already most of it.
Yeah, exactly. That's a huge part of it.
And then after that, it's the all the extra art and stuff. Because they're to totally separate the engine and game. That's a lot, and it would be we would get like little pieces of it done for every major update. But like part of that would be like making the UI different or have different art or like replacing specific just like sprites and stuff with different ones that fit that
Yeah,
game's thing
that
better.
aesthetic. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's just like little things like that are things that I want to have covered. Something like that's probably I don't care. That wait till 6 months or a year from now. But I think the big ones would be getting tiled stuff to work outside. But the
Yeah.
one that I actually really want to work on right now, not right now, but after the demo, is the enemy stuff, just because that's interesting to me. Um,
Yeah, and I think that'll be a huge because I mean I think one of the biggest things that I worry about I guess is the creation of like bosses.
okay,
Um, and the reason for that is just because like there's a lot more mechanics involved with that. So how would you without this what you're talking about building like other than just completely outright hard coding every single boss,
the way I
creating it
see
from
it,
scratch?
because I'm talking about having different states and then triggers that move you to different states. The vast
Yeah,
majority of enemies are just gonna have one state.
yeah,
Bosses are gonna have this stuff where it's like, oh, let's say you have a boss that you have to hit 5 times. You have to hit 5 times, and then a weak spot opens up, and then that's the one you get a real hit on, and then you do
yeah,
that 3 times, and blah blah blah. So
yeah.
the default state, it'll just have something like this might also for bosses we could separate these things into 3 different enemies. So like, hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. But let's just say you have a default state where he's just walking around. Um, Maybe every 5 seconds he'll shoot a laser at you. So he'll have a wander property here. Um, After a 5 second trigger, it'll go to a different state called like fire laser, and then all that would be is well, we need to make a function for that. Certain things like specific attacks and stuff. Technically, I guess we would have to make a scripting system for that too, for like projectiles and stuff. Well, no, those would be items. That would be part of the item scripting system. Yeah, we do need an item scripting system because all of our projectiles and stuff technically count as weapons. Like if
That's
we
true.
if we add an enemy that shoots fireballs, technically speaking, that fireball weapon would technically be usable by a player if you hard coded that in.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
so that would just be yeah, it would basically be he would be in a wander state. After 5 seconds, he'll go into shoot laser state where he's now invulnerable and he uses a weapon towards the player.
Right.
Then
And
it
then it
goes
would
back to
cycle
that.
back. Yeah.
Then we'd have another trigger in there where it's like we'd have to figure out a way to keep track of how much damage is being done. Um,
Yeah, like if they've at certain like health or whatever, it's like okay, now switch to this state instead or
Yeah,
what
and
have you.
then
Yeah,
and then it'll just go to another state where okay, now this hitbox is active, or that would actually be a little more complicated. I think for bosses and stuff like that, enemies would be like one boss might actually include like let's say in this case if it's the weak spot we're actually trying to kill. Think of it like the Hinox in Breath of the Wild or in Age of
yeah,
Calamity. Like the eyeball
yeah,
has its has a or the Stalnox I meant. The eyeball has its own health box. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
in our case, we would kind of use that, like have 2 enemies, but have them match with each other. Um, all I'm trying to say is, even if I don't have a specific first thought coming out of my head idea on how we're gonna do that, I do intend for this scripting system to allow for complicated boss behaviors.
yeah. Which is that's one of the things the not only challenging for you, but just in general, making that work really good is would be a huge advantage.
Yeah, and I mean, I think I already have. I feel pretty confident about this just because I already have experience with this Doom stuff. There's no like complicated bosses in Doom really. So, but you can see here it's like spawn Here are the states for the Doom Cyber Demon, okay? So spawn, all it does is it stands still, and it runs a function that looks out for other players, okay?
Right.
So, if it gets to that, if a player is nearby, a look here, blah, 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 okay, they don't... It looks for players or other attackable actors. If it finds a target, it enters a C state. So then it goes to C. And then that's when we chase, blah, 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 and you loop that, and then... What did some of these do? What's a metal? No, that's a sound effect. But anyway, you see how all it does is... Oh, so
yeah,
it's standing
it's
still.
going from A to B to C.
Yeah, and then it has different states for each of its different behaviors and stuff. Like, I think that can be powerful.
Yeah.
We'd have to add a big variety of different triggers and stuff, and that's something that it's a nice thing that I'd be building this engine as its own thing, but we'd be adding those features as like I wouldn't ask you, like, I wouldn't just make a few different like behaviors and stuff and be like, okay,
yeah,
we have enemy scripting, go work with what you have. No, like, whatever enemies y'all are already envisioning, I would just, like, I would go in here, add whatever behaviors or whatever entire systems we need for that to work, and then it just makes the engine that much better.
It's adding content to the engine itself.
Yeah, so I wouldn't worry about would this be powerful enough to make a boss. The way I'm seeing it is, please think of bosses that would make this more powerful, because I'll make it whatever it has to be. Like, so yeah.
Yeah, it'll just keep growing over time, and yeah, in that way, it'd become extremely awesome.
So yeah, and this is just another thing that I've wanted to do with Godot for a while, and I've always had thoughts on how I'd see it working in the end, and I have worked on the scripting system for weapons, but now it's like this game, not only is it a canvas for you because you get to draw a fucking beautiful ass Zelda game, but it's also just a canvas for me to experiment with all this stuff that's been in the back of my head, but I haven't had a project big enough to warrant it.
Yeah, which is awesome. Like, and that's the thing. It's given that to both of us, so that's sweet.
Yeah, this is a good game. Not just that the game's not really a game yet, but it's a good game because we're getting a lot out of it.
We're getting there.
So let's. I'm gonna add the Smash Room to tiled and see how this looks already. Y'all want an extra developer sometime? Sure, dude. Join the Discord. Are you in the Discord?
Yeah. Are you not in the Discord?
Yeah, man.
The more the merrier. That's what it's been.
Wait, what's your name in the Discord? I'm gonna find out that you're, like, actually really active, and I just never. That's the thing I hate about streaming, is finding out, like, after like 3 weeks of seeing someone at a stream. Oh yeah, I'm the person you talk to all the time over there too. I'm like, oh.
Like, right, I knew that.
Okay, let's add a new thing to objects.tsx. Images, objects, Smash Room. Okay. So path. It's gonna be entities, enemies, smashroom.tscn. OMG, what is that version of Godot, the tile map? How you do that? Oh, this is tiled. This is a totally separate program.
Yeah, it's a different program.
Yeah. That we do recommend. Our tiled integration is, like, almost really cool, but it's still, like, just janky enough that I wouldn't make a video on it just yet. But that's the kind of stuff that I'm gonna work on after the demo, all this engine stuff.
Yeah.
I want it to be perfect. I want it to be, and all these things, if we abstract them, or if I abstract them well enough, like, if we have the enemies generated from JSON, or pulled from JSON we create by hand, we could also make a program that generates the JSON. So it would have and we would have an enemy creator where, okay, we would click this button to add a new state, and then we would just drop
and
in
that's
what
how
behaviors we want.
That's kind of how I envisioned it, was like an extra Godot compile that you would open up and it would create all the things that you need, which would then be added into your project.
I see it as it would be its own program that we would make, probably with Godot though.
Yeah.
And then when the game runs, because unfortunately Godot's kind of icky with the imports and stuff. Like, does the engine have to be open? Yes or no? Who knows?
Yeah.
But you can do all that stuff. All this stuff that the engine does to import it is like we could just do. Like, we could create a new animation from code. We could pull a texture from code without having Godot have to import it. We could do all that stuff. So I would see it as it would just be kind of a long loading screen, or hopefully not too long, but a loading screen at the beginning that will read all these JSONs, and it'll generate an enemy in Godot from there, and blah, 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 who knows, whatever.
ZS, yeah, Tile is free, right? It's been a while since I downloaded it. I think it's free.
Tile, it's definitely free, but is it open source? I think so. Yes, it is. It's open source with...
There's some good videos on YouTube as well if you want to learn it. We kind of take Tiled and push it beyond what most videos will show, and that's why we want to do a video on it, because we utilize it in a way that most people wouldn't.
But after the demo, I'm gonna make it so easy to utilize it in a way that everyone can.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Adept Gaming would love to join, but my coding skills bare minimum. I'm barely learning the basics of C++ and Python from college course. Watching this stream. Dude, I was doing this, like, I started learning this program in sophomore year. Like, also, he's a friend from high school, by the way. So it's something you could just kind of do. you gotta sit down and learn it. Yeah, like any skill, but it's not like you have to go through X amount of years of learning before you're allowed to start game development.
Yeah, well, and I mean, I'm an example too. Like, as I said, I've only been doing this for, like, the code itself, I've only really worked on 3 months, and I'm able to jank my way through it.
Yeah, I mean, you have a general understanding of most of this stuff. When we're finding bugs, you're able to think of reasons where it could be. And that's really, honestly, that's like most important skill, I think, is just knowing where to look afterwards. Like, fuck, that's broken. Where to go. So, let's see, what was I doing? I was adding, let's undo all this crap. Add a smash room. Yeah, true. I've been looking at Unity and Unreal Engine, learn the blueprint system. It's pretty interesting. I never touched Unreal, so I don't know much about that. But Unity is nice.
I saw a really cool thing with Unity where the guy created like a 3D pixel program, so you can create a 3D model, but it made it look like perfect pixel art.
Ooh.
And I was like, oh, that's what I want, but it's in Unity. It's like,
I mean, that's probably just a shader that you can make in Godot.
Yeah, probably. And maybe that's one thing that I need to figure out, how to do it in Godot. Like how you do. You're like, all right, I need to do something. Let's just make it work.
I mean, part of it, if there's really nowhere else to look, I do just end up looking at Unity tutorials. I don't really know that much C#. And I don't know how to use Unity, but...
It has, well, especially the networking.
You could pull stuff from anything, especially since if you're looking for shader stuff, I think a lot of shader stuff carries over between everything. I don't think Godot supports like GLSL. I think that's the... Hold on.
The Unity one? The Unity?
I think that's like the generic one that most things
Oh,
use.
I see.
Unity shaders.
I think the newer Godot is going to support a lot more of that stuff, though.
I mean, Godot already is, like, Godot supports a lot for shaders. This isn't something that I look into a lot, but I don't really see people complaining about Godot shader support.
No, it's true.
Hey, Game Endeavor, how you doing? Yeah, we had a shader contractor for our Godot project. He had no issue writing the code, although he complained about the shader tree not having OOP. Okay, I don't know. I don't know anything about shaders. Very, very surface level information I'm trying to pass out.
Still have to learn. We're good at Game Endeavor, thank you. Hope you're doing well as well.
Yeah, we're gaming here. Have I added anything, or am I still is it just this enemy that I've been working on this whole time?
Yeah, we're just talking. It's cool. Just keep
We've
going.
been chatting about making scripting systems in games.
You're getting all sorts of people right now.
Oh, 26 viewers? That's the highest concurrent I've had. Wild. See, but that's what I'm saying. People are listening to me more when I'm not programming. Like, people stay watching more when I'm just talking about random bullshit. Which I'm down.
Easy to talk.
Yeah, but why isn't this Smash Room spawning?
He's just a little shy.
Smash Room.
Thanks, yes. I might be taking a look at that. I'm not too worried about it for this project, but there's definitely projects that we want to work on in the future where I'm going to be really digging down on that type of stuff. So.
Also, I remembered why. I just forget. Our directory structure, because I changed it so many times.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Wait, where is he?
That's awesome.
Press, entities, enemies, Smash Room.
Did you name? Oh, you need to name the layer, the monster object layer for him to spawn, as well. I think.
No, you don't. Because if I just put this guy down.
I thought you did.
Oh, maybe, there he is. I think there was an import error. Or I didn't hit import or something. Also, he was fucking
He's going fast. Holy cow. He's a zooming mushroom.
Chill, bro. Okay, hold on.
What is that guy on?
It's gonna be 40. That's better. He's whipping his head very fast, though. How's that look to you? He's still fast.
That is fast. It's better. You want to go a little bit slower?
I think this is good if he's going to be tanky.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay. Max, how many hearts do you want him to have?
Well, right now, what's the max you have? 2?
Right now he has 2 hits.
I think 3 would be good. What do you think?
3 hits or 3 hearts?
3 hits.
Okay.
What is that? That's like 2 hearts?
1.5 hearts. The sword does half a heart of damage.
Okay.
Okay. So now we need to make it. So, because I'm gonna redo this entity script, it doesn't really matter what random shit I add. So, we need. We don't have any signals. So yeah, that's the cool thing about the triggers for the scripting system. A lot of them are just going to be like predefined signals. So like,
yeah, which is nice.
Yeah, one's going to be like on hit, one's going to be on health changed, one's going to be on if a player's nearby, that would fire off a signal. And stuff like checking if a player is nearby would be an area 2D around the
Yeah.
enemy.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about that is if we like write somewhere, we could have it detect if somewhere in the code we want to check an area nearby, then for that enemy, it'll generate the area 2D once it reads that JSON file, and it'll be there to use, but for every other enemy, we don't have to do that. So any specialized stuff like that for specific enemies, it's just text, so we could read if the text has something.
You could redefine that wherever, whenever.
Yeah. Lots of different ideas that I have for this. I'm honestly like, I don't want to say that my main motivation for finishing the demo is to get on that, but I really want to get on that.
No, that's fine. Use that motivation. I'm okay with that. No problem with that.
Let's here. Let's not, we're not timing ourselves here. But let's just like write down realistically what's our checklist for the demo?
What's left is basically the dungeon, but
that's a lot.
Yeah. Well, it is a lot in a sense because you'll have to do enemy doors, keys. Working game, yeah, that's exactly what we need.
Lots of enemies, boss fights.
Yeah, the boss fights will be work. The pushing barrels, floating barrels, that's something to add in.
Still echoing. I will have better audio soon. This was a test week. Tomorrow the real thing starts. What other, the cannons?
Yeah, the cannons will be a thing that you'll have to do. We might need to think of some way of having a pseudo cinematic just to show the cannons hitting the boss room wall.
Yeah.
I don't know how you want to do that. We don't have to like go out right and make a cinematic code, but some way.
Yeah, we'll think about it. Well, honestly, writing it out like that, I know lots of enemies is kind of a fake one, but this isn't many things for the dungeon.
No,
it's very
too
doable.
bad.
Like any one of these things is like maybe half a stream or one stream.
Yeah. Well, and like you already have done the enemy doors before, and the
I already did these
before.
Two.
Yeah.
The cannons aren't going to be that complicated. It's going to check if you have the bombs, put a bomb in, and break a tile somewhere else. Or whatever, however it's going to work. I don't remember.
Yeah, they'll just work. But I like the idea of having bombs necessary. That won't work for this, but in the future, perhaps.
Oh, okay.
I just want to, I guess if I open up tiles here, I can see if there's anything else we're missing. If Nodding was here, he'd remember.
Nodding, are you around? We also have to do client settings, so that's going to include just stuff like
the one thing as well, it's kind of in tandem with the locked doors, is like there's one button that you have to push that will unlock a door.
Okay, I'm not even going to write that down. That's going to be like seconds.
Okay.
Here, okay. Button open door. Client settings, we need music, sound effects sliders, custom controls.
Oh yeah.
Maybe 4x3 mode. I don't know. We'll see. Now that we have the new camera code, it's like that's a lot easier than it would have been before, so it might be a simple add. It's just moving around the UI stuff is a little annoying. So you know what? We'll save that for later. Who cares? Or that could be like a demo 1.1 things.
The other thing is toggling PvP if you want to toggle that.
Yes. How did you set up the UI? I wasn't expecting to have different resolutions, so they're just kind of placed there. But I know how to make it so that it's based off your whatever. It'll be fine. Okay, what other big ones are there? So small. Hold on. Torches, lighting stuff.
Yeah. Just a little bit more of that. You're well underway, but that's something.
Shop. Here's one. Getting ammo, hearts, non-weapons, or lantern-like items from chests. I know that's a long way of putting that, but getting like rupee or tetrans from a chest. We don't have a way of doing that yet, so that's something.
Oh, that was something I was going to ask you. Would there be a way to place a specific item in like a bush? Like, could you add that so that it's something that you can add in tiled, sort of idea? Like, if you were to add a custom property in tiled, saying like, I want this bush, for example, to be 50 tetrans or something.
Oh yeah, sure. How do I want to write that down?
I don't know, just custom
item tile drops.
Yeah, there you go. That's fine.
What else? Here, I might as well write this one down right now. Bug fixes.
Yeah.
Because this is gonna probably be most of it. So janky holes.
The item drop, monster item drop hole thing is also a problem.
Item drops, that's part of janky holes.
The dialogue is still...
Yeah, dialogue.
Sword facing the wrong direction.
Wait, one sec. So dialogue includes,
like...
walking around with active dialogue, but also the
soft lock.
Yeah. It's not really a soft lock because you can just jam keys and sometimes it gets you out of it.
Yeah.
But
and I don't know why that is. But yeah.
Sword direction. That's
pretty much the worst of them, I think. There's more listed on the Git, which we can look at later, but
there's more bug fixes that are around though somewhere.
There's a lot of it's multiplayer that I don't remember. I know one of the problems that I ran into was when I pushed. I don't know if you can recreate it when there's the cave that's the south of the farm.
Yeah, the
blocks disappear after you push them.
So I'm a little scared of that one because it doesn't happen all the time. You know what I honestly think it is? I think it's... No, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say this word because I'm not sure. But saying this word is going to bring up another potential huge problem that I really don't even know where to begin to look for, but I just have like this tiny hunch that it's actually a parallel universe bug. That you push the blocks there, then you leave, you re-enter, but it's not, for some reason, it thinks you're in like the same / different map. Now, that has a lot of implications because we only saw that bug affecting one specific thing before, and that was players not being in the same world.
Players themselves, yeah.
But I think they could be tied in some way.
Uh-oh.
Which would suck.
Parallel universes.
That would be a huge bug.
NAD chess problem, yeah, exactly.
So I'm just gonna stop writing this checklist now because I am realizing, there are some potential huge things we still have to work on. And I'm gonna move on to finishing the Smash Room. So
do the things that make sense.
Okay. God, I hate how we actually have like a legitimate issue with this game that can be described as parallel universes. Like, I hate that's something that we could just say and be like, yep, it's those parallel universes again. Like, why does it have to be that
Like,
grand?
I was gonna say, like, to have a multiverse this early in development.
Oh,
It's not even-
big one for the big note to add, actually. I'm just gonna write this down as the band sword.
Oh yeah.
We need to make the functions not so free in multiplayer. Yeah, those are probably the ones I'm actually worried about. Those are the everything else that we have to add to this game, save for like Patreon and AWS related stuff. Everything up besides those, I'm pretty confident about. It's like, okay, we just had to spend some time on it. It's just a time allocation thing, which I'm bad at since I've been talking for the last hour. But
this is the first stream that's happened though.
Yeah, this is how it usually goes for me. I would be a little upset if I ended the stream with only one enemy. So hold on. I'm gonna hold that thought right now.
No problem. Let's get some monsters in.
So we need a way for enemies to know who just hit them. We might have a way of doing that already. I just don't know. For area and blah 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 damage. Okay, hold on. No, this is loop damage. Wait, yes, that's what I want. Wait, no. Yes. Damage. Body dot damage. So we're damaging ourselves here. Body dot damage. Global position. So let's add a signal.
Turn on some hacker music and get cracking.
Or signal damaged. Go back here, emit signal damaged, and we're gonna pass the body. Right? Loop damage. No, that wouldn't work for we need this in the damage function. So this is gonna break some stuff for a second.
I'm used to it.
So we have this, and then, oh wait, we should emit the signal after we set the knock direction. And then we go to Smash Room. We're going to connect damaged to self to knockback. Code comments would be nice, yeah. I don't claim to be good. Knockback. Back.
Documentation in general is not our strong suit.
But that's the kind of stuff. That's a legitimate part of when I'm gonna make an engine stuff. I am gonna start documenting everything. That's a promise. I pinky promise. I'm gonna like bit by bit. Like for the enemies first, I'm gonna have it 1,000,000% explained on our wiki. On our GitHub wiki probably.
I want to start doing like asset packs that are separate of this too. Like they're still same style, but not necessarily implemented in the game itself, but just things that are designed on the side for people to add.
Yeah.
That sort of thing too. So and document a lot of that stuff.
Oh, we don't actually have a... We don't actually have a system for non-damage knockback, now that I think about it. Oh, wait, maybe we do. Hold on. Knockback, back, body. Damage, body. Wait. Yeah, pass 0 damage. I think that already works. But I just did this, and I don't think I can do this. I can't change this like this. No, I cannot. So let me think. Well, what's a good way of passing the damager to the damagee? Function damage amount. Because I don't pass the body here. Here, I'll do... I'll do it like this for now. Oh, I say for now so often and then I don't do it, but hold on.
It's amazing how bugs just happen, even though you think everything should just work.
But I think I have it. On weapons, sword. We need to add something to this damage function, which she doesn't have apparently. Never mind. Let me go to weapon. Do you have damage? Yes, you do. Function, damage, body. Why is yours different? What the hell? Oh my god, you have... Wait, what? Okay, hold on. If. Let's see how it gets to the enemy. What is all this? Yeah, I need comments in my code. Agreed. I'm not disagreeing, but I'm also not promising to change my ways right now. Just hold on. Give me a second. If... Oh my god, this is a lot, isn't it? Hold on. By the way, everyone, like, comment, subscribe. Join the Discord. Look at our website. It's pretty. Anyway.
Join the Discord.
Yeah, this would be in... No, this wouldn't be... No, it would be... Hold on. Smash Room. Let's get this knockback back body back. And... do damage. No! Body dot damage 0. Negative Noctur. And health. Let's see if this works. Nope. Hold on. Are we getting to this point? No. Because we're not... Here. If body get damage is greater than 0, and body dot get type does not equals type. Alright. Counting code is for you, blah blah blah. Yeah. Agreed. You have to explain what you're doing in a comment. You should probably rethink your design. It is just simple. I should comment because a lot of other people are reading my code. Especially if I'm streaming too. Really, like, forget the fact that this is an open source project and other people are using it. I'm also just making people read this nonsense by streaming every day. But did that print anything? Hold on. Print self.name, print body.name. Let's see if it's even receiving anything. No. It's the player. So it works for the player. I thought. Oh no, it would be here, wouldn't it? Hold on. Oh. Do I have something that gets the? Hold on. Okay, let's try this. No. Just kidding! Oh, well this... Hold on. Is it even getting here?
That is the question.
Okay, the signal is not getting emitted. So we need the signal to emit, please. Damage, if body does not equal null. Here, let's see if it's getting here. It's not
Yeah, I
even
print
there.
high all the time too. Or please do the thing that I asked you to do. I know it's a little birdie, but it gets the point across.
If is network master and is network map host. Do I need to do this? Yeah, because okay. This damage is complicated because this damage takes into an account whether or not it is your player hitting something. If that player is currently the host, it checks if you're hitting another player. This is a lot of crap that I want to skim down if possible later, but some of this is just necessary for multiplayer. It checks if the body is a player, then it checks if that player is the current the current client that's running this code.
Yeah.
And then here it's like, okay, if it's not you, but you are the host. So this is like if another player is hitting someone else, then we damage. Otherwise, as long as you are the player but you're not the host, then you do some other crap. It's annoying. I hate it. But I think right here. Well, hold on, let's just see. Yeah, it works. Okay. So one thing though is
it's hurting you at
some
the same
stuff.
time.
It's not actually hurting it, I don't think. But we do need to not do that stuff. If hold on. If amount is greater than 0, then we could do this stuff. Otherwise, doesn't matter. Yay! We added an enemy with new behavior today.
Yeah.
It works. Does it work in multiplayer? Who knows? Where is this print statement? Here it is. Okay. I'm gonna push that. As is. Wow, it has been an hour and 20 minutes.
It sure has.
So technically, I did say I was gonna go visit my mom at 4 p.m. But I'm gonna text her and ask if I still should.
That's a good idea, because it's not that anymore.
Yeah.
It is here, so.
Sorry, I was looking at the wrong time zone. I was talking to But yeah, now we got Smash Room. Oh, I accidentally pushed it with one in the shrine. My bad. That's there now.
Oh well, he's there for good.
Oh, I shouldn't have pushed so quickly. He's not damaging me otherwise. Smash Room. Why not? Hold up. Uh-oh, did I just... That has implications. Hold on. Do all enemies do that? Man, I even all caps my comment message. I was like, so like...
You were dedicated to that.
Yeah. Yep, not working. What did I do?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It's not... It is doing this. If amount... What?
Now it's just Link's Awakening Pinball Adventure.
Oh my god. What is this? What did I do? What did I do? I changed a lot of things there too. I touched way too many files than one enemy should have touched. Entity, body. Oh, don't worry, we're good. It's just one word and one line. It's in damage logic, or loop damage, I mean. There we go. Okay, we're safe.
Nice.
And Smash Room still works otherwise, and he can damage you. Sweet.
Yay.
Okay, now I will remove the Smash Room from here.
Since you have to push anyways.
Yeah, and now we could fix enemies not hurting player. Okay, all is well. See, y'all got 2 pushes today.
That was definitely not in tandem with each other. Completely new content.
Okay. So we added an enemy. Yay. We now have 3 enemies in the game.
If you look at the Noblin real quick, you could probably push the Noblin and then say you'd had 4
I'm just gonna
enemies.
merge it without even looking.
Oh, that's dangerous. Don't do that.
I'm confident.
Oh, don't be. Please don't be. Especially because that was like many pushes ago now.
But oh yeah, there are merge conflicts. Wait, why did you touch entity? Did I?
Because you asked me to update something in Entity, which I
Okay.
don't think you actually need anymore. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, the input stuff.
Yeah. We had easy network stuff, very easy network stuff, but it's down at the moment.
Yeah, we were able to just do everything off AWS, and we could still just export and run it twice, but I don't wanna look at multiplayer right now. We'll have a whole ass stream where we fix multiplayer bugs probably, but today was a no bug fix day. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to first close this. So you can't use... No, we can. We could do that. I just don't want to export and try things. I would rather just out of sight, out of mind multiplayer for right now. Because we're getting so much done otherwise. Where'd Andrew go?
I'm still here.
Oh.
I'm still here. I was just looking for a thing. But I'm not finding it. We're good. I'm good. Things are good.
I don't want to... these Hey, if you could get, like, row or or Joseph to fix the merge conflicts. Then I'll merge it.
All right.
Launching Godot, then launch Godot from CL. Yeah, you can do that too. Or you don't even have to do that. You could just hit run here. I just forget about. Oh, assets need to be imported. Excuse me. Hold on. But yeah, you could just run it from the project manager too. So fine, I'll test it. Once it re-imports everything. What is going on? Why is it importing everything now?
Why not?
Oh, okay. My mom's making Salisbury steak and brownies. I gotta go.
I've got things to do.
I'm actually busy. now that you mention it. Good stream. I'm gonna go back home. I'm gonna go visit. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye guys. Thanks for
fun.
coming.
We added one enemy.
We'll try again tomorrow. Maybe
we
we can do
added
something
one
else.
whole thing. Okay, goodbye.